Okay, this is the second part of the writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines, and we are going to write equations of some special lines. We're going to graph the line described, then write the equation of the new line. So we want to draw a line through 2, 1 and parallel to the one that's on there. Well, the one that's on there is horizontal, and if it needs to go through the point 2, 1, then it's going to go through this point right there, and we're going to draw the horizontal line that goes through that point. Now remember, when we write equations of special lines, horizontal and perpendicular, horizontal lines only go through the y-axis, therefore they only have a y in them. It goes through the y-axis at 1, so this equation would be y equals 1. You can also get that number from the ordered pair. It would be your y value of your ordered pair. If we look at number 16, it goes through 1, -4, and it's perpendicular to the line drawn. So 1, -4 would be right there. Perpendicular to that horizontal line would be a vertical line. So it's going to be a vertical line that goes through that point. Vertical lines, remember, have an undefined slope, but they do have an equation. They only go through the x-axis, and this one goes through the x-axis at 1, so the equation is x equals 1. And you could also get that number from the ordered pair. That's the x value of the ordered pair. All right, I want you to do 17 and 18 on your own and see what you get. We're going to pause here to give you a chance to work through them, and then we'll compare answers. Okay, let's compare answers on number 17. I got x equals -2. It goes through the point -2, 3, and it is parallel to the line drawn on there. The line drawn on there is a vertical line, so I'm going to draw a vertical line. Remember, vertical lines only go through the x-axis. It goes through at -2. You could also get that from the x value of your ordered pair. On number 18, I got y equals 4. It was supposed to be perpendicular to the line drawn on there. Since the line drawn on there was a vertical line, I'm going to draw a horizontal line that goes through the point 3, 4, and it crosses the y-axis at 4. Also, that's your y value of your ordered pair. Okay, so we have one last section to look at, and then we'll be done. In this last section, we're going to determine if each pair of lines is parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting. So what we need to do is look at slopes to determine that. If the lines are parallel, my slopes are going to be the same. So I would have the same slope. If my lines are going to be perpendicular, the slopes are not going to be the same. They're going to be opposite reciprocals. I'm going to abbreviate. And if they're just intersecting, they're not going to be the same, and they're not going to be opposite reciprocals. The slopes are just going to be different, but not opposite reciprocals. So let's look at each of these. Number 12, in order to know the slope of the line, you have to solve for y. The first one is 3x plus y equals 3. So we need to solve that for y. So let's pause and do that, and also solve the next one, -1/3 x plus y equals 5. Solve them both for y, and then we'll look at their slopes. So let's pause here just for a second to give you a chance to do that. Okay, I solved them both for y. I got y equals -3x plus 3, and y equals 1/3 x plus 5. All we're going to look at are the slopes. We don't even care about the y-intercepts. The slope of the first line is -3. The slope of the second line is 1/3. Those are opposite reciprocals. Therefore, these two lines are perpendicular. And so that's what you would write. Okay, I want you to do number 13 on your own. We're going to pause this, and then we'll compare answers. So go ahead, make sure you solve each equation for y so you can find the slope. Okay, on number 13, for my first equation, x minus 4y equals 44. When I solved it for y, I got y equals 1/4 x minus 11. The second one was a little trickier. You can look at my work and see what I did here, but I divided by 2 and 1/2 divided by 2. You could have done that in your calculator, or maybe you don't need one. You ended up with the same slope, 1/4 x plus 3, and so since their slopes were the same, the two lines are parallel. Okay, let's look at number 14. And you're going to do the same thing. We're going to pause and give you a chance to get an answer, and then we'll look and see what you got. Okay, when I solved the first one for y, 2x plus y equals 1, I got y equals negative 2x plus 1, slope of negative 2. On the second one, 3x plus 2y equals 6. I solved it for y. I got y equals negative 3 halves x plus 3. The slope was negative 3 halves. I circled both slopes. They are not the same, and they are not opposites and reciprocals. So therefore, these two lines intersect, but not in any special way, so they're just intersecting. Okay, so I hope that you can go back through and look through these again in case you need some more help. They are posted on YouTube, so you can look at them again. And you should have an assignment over this. And these notes should be able to help you with the assignment.